Welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I did horribly in the Pauper Daily. Deluxeicoff went 4-0 with his brand new build, which is the blue-green Deathtouch build. And at this point I am just willing to bow down before the master. Because I don't know how this deck can go 4-0. But we're going to find out. The daily just ended, and I am going to get the scoop, so we're going to watch and see what happens. He's playing Delver, probably. Oh no, mono blue control, I think he said. And he's not doing anything quite yet, but he's probably ambush a Viper. Yep. Which is going to get condescended. Fair enough. But he did make him tap out on his turn. He's got the Recluse. Hitting for 1, and then casting another Recluse, which gets mana leaked. Alright. So blue control's doing pretty well here so far. He does get a Blastoderm out with 5/5 Shroud. But will it fade before it gets through? I think mono blue has those oracles to block with, so he doesn't really give a damn, right? Well, there goes one oracle, and that's 5 damage to the blue player. But he's getting a Glimmer Post to gain 3. Alright. Flashing in a winged Coatl. Swinging for 6. But he's going to lose his Blastoderm next turn. And he lost his gift. He gets the Ambush Viper back. Oh, it's a different Ambush Viper. So he should have a Spider in his hand. These guys have gone down to 5. And put a Hunger on his Recluse, so he's got a 4/5 Spider. And a Blastoderm that's going to die. But now there's an Ulamog's Crusher. And he swings into it. He gets him down to 1 life. He takes 8. Yes. And the Spider gets put away and then countered. And Deluxeicoff loses game 1. In this matchup. And this thing is kind of cranky sometimes. Let's see, we have to exit the game. Come back in here. Watch game 2. Such a pain. Alright, so game 2 against mono blue control. Deluxeicoff on the play. Some islands going around and a map. He's bringing out an Ambush Viper while his opponent's tapped out. Seems good. And then a Spreading Sea is turning that Cloud Post into an island. A Piracy Charm kills the Viper. Now he's got a Glimmer Post anyway. Deluxeicoff is preordaining and getting a longbow. His opponent's getting more posts. So there's another Spreading Seas for the Cloud Post, but it gets counterspelled. Using that blue mana that he gave him with the Spreading Seas, which is a little ironic. Alright, so there's some ponders going on. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. Okay, he's got a Winged Coatl, but he's getting mana leaked. And he's got nothing. This is tough. Alright, so there's the Blastoderm. But the blue player's got 2 oracles out again. Preordain into a Ponder into a Recluse that gets counterspelled. Man. Alright, its opponent's at 25 life. That could have been a Viper. And, alright. Probably a Winged Coatl in hand. Coming down end of turn. Yep. And now we equip. Just gonna get somebody repealed or capsized. He's getting capsized, so the equip falters. But he gets him down to 15, but his Blastoderm's gonna die next turn. There's a Crusher and a Capsize lock. Well, that doesn't work quite the way he wanted it to. He gets another Blastoderm. Okay. He's Moldriftering. And Coatl gets mana leaked, but the Blastoderm's on the table, and Olamog's been crushed. Oh, he repealed the Spreading Seas, I see. Alright, so lethal's on the board. Those curses aren't doing a whole lot. So he's dead next turn. Unless... Yes. He's got nothing, man. Alright, so Deluxeicoff wins game 2. Man, he had to fight that out. I know when I talked to him, he said it's not the round that he was expecting. He was expecting creatures, and he got mono blue control. But he fought through it all the same. I'm impressed. Okay. So, Cloud Post for the opponent, Ponder for us. Cloud Post Island. Alright, so we're going to get an Ambush Viper on his turn in response to the Oracle. Seems good. Oracle oracleizes. 3 land, we're playing a... We're killing the Oracle. Good. He's at 25 life with his Glimmer Posts, and has a Moldrifter and a map. The Temporal Spring something to the top of his library, and that Temporal Spring got countered. Oh, the other one got countered too. Right? No. Alright. Curse of Chains, not super effective against the guys with those abilities on them. So it can still shoot you for 1 anyway, and hit you for 5 with the Blastoderms. They seem like they're the All-Stars. Moldrifter, it's gonna die. Longbow hits for 5. He's got 1 more hit left on that Blastoderm. There's another Moldrifter that's also gonna die. And then 1 more shot with the Blastoderm. Gets him down to 10. He's pondering. There's 10. But the control player has 7 cards. Deluxeicoff has 4. It seems challenging. Let's get another Moldrifter. Preordain. Graph has now drawn Grapha just gave up? Did he run out of time? That's interesting. Because by no means was there lethal here, and he had 8 cards and 10 life. So let's look at these timestamps here. I'm gonna bet only 38 minutes. But I guess if his opponent took too long, that could have been it. I don't know, a little strange. I'll have to check with him. Maybe he will comment if this video makes it on YouTube. But anyway, 1-0 going into round 2. As you can see, these are much shorter. 2 games, 3 minutes apiece. So this is true lightning part of the lightning round. Alright, so this is Delver. Delver ponders. Delver swings. And he gushes. He's confirming it was Delver. What a time to gush, though. Yeah, discard. Discards an accumulator knowledge. I guess that's a good discard. But now Deluxeicoff has the spider out with his enchantment on it. There goes the Delver. He'll just sit back and ping for 1 every turn, or kill guys as needs must. The only card that can stop him at this point. Alright. So that's why it only took 3 minutes. Delver player is a big fat quitter. He's got to have some snaps in there, but I think he's pretty much out of control at that point. Maybe. I don't think the Delver player should ever consider himself out of control. Now with 7 cards in his hand, but maybe they were all islands. Game 2 goes a little something like this. Can we bring up the chat? Yeah. Alright, so Deluxeicoff's getting hit by an unflipped Delver with another unflipped Delver. So he's got a spider and a longbow out. And the Delvers still don't want to flip. This guy's got the worst flipping Delvers anywhere. And as we saw in the last game, Curse of Chains doesn't really work. He ran across all these Curse of Chains. Alright. So Delver's hitting him for 6, but he's going to start killing him. Just bang. And then a Preordain gets sprited. And then there's an Ambush Viper. Mizium Skin for the Coral Net. And Delver player quits. This time he only had 1 card in hand. And there were 2 dudes on the board. So it seems reasonable to concede at that point, I guess. Alright, so he crushes Delver. Delver can't do anything once those are on the board. It's really interesting. Round 3, again in 2 games. A little bit longer, these ones, but not as long as Mono Blue Control. Alright, so Guildgate for Deluxeicoff. Looks like he's playing against Affinity. And he's pondering, maybe trying to find a land. He gets an island and he ponders again. And he shuffles. And there's a Frogmite for the Affinity player. Now, Deluxeicoff called this an auto win against Affinity. Yeah, no blocks. He thought about it though. Carapace Forger says hello. And goodbye. I think that's a Beatles song. Affinity player thought casts and hits for 2. But he's not going to do that anymore. Yeah, so long. And then there's an Ambush Viper. And now he's hitting for 2 and leaving the Recluse back to kill anything that comes out. And getting a Winged Quaddle, however you pronounce that. I was hitting for 3 and leaving the Recluse back. And getting a Kessig Recluse, the 2/3 reach Deathtouch. Did I play this guy? This looks like the Affinity player I beat. I'm not sure. No, this is round 3, so this wouldn't be the same one. All Affinity decks look the same. More Quaddles. This guy got blasted finally, but he got another Deathtouch Tapper. Bang, bang, bang. And the Affinity player, 5 cards in hand, but clunky draws, I suppose. So pretty good battles there. Just not able, with only 1 piece of removal, not able to really deal with these guys removing all of his creatures. And Affinity really has nothing to protect against that. Alright, so the next game, he mulls to 5. It's pretty awful. 2 Springleaf Drums, no creatures to tap. That's pretty awful. Alright, so there's some land. There's a creature. There's a 4/4. But here's a Deadly Recluse. Here's a swing for 4, which goes through. And then another 4/4. But here is a enchantment. There goes the Mirror Enforcer. It's going to hit for 4 again. Doesn't matter, there goes the Mirror Enforcer, and here's a Hunger of the Howlpack. Double Hunger. Alright, so now there's a 7/8 Spider. That's pretty cool. There's another Mirror Enforcer, and an Atog, which gets Hydroblasted. Huzzah. So the Recluse sits back so we can poke that Enforcer. There's a double Enforcer. But that's fine, he kills one now, then he equips the bow and kills the other one. Or casts an extra tap. And he hits for 7 again, and that seems like game for the Affinity player. Hard to deal with a 7/8 Deathtouch Reach Spider that can tap and kill anything on the table. But then that's the whole point of the deck. Alright, let's look into round 4. Round 4 is versus A New Hope. A New Hope molds and is playing Stompy with Vault Scourges in the main deck. So that's something with Stompy. Not too scared. I would have liked to have seen his matchup against Hexchant. So he's getting hit. Something he can't block. I expect... oh no. I think it's the Ranker's back anyway. So they go on the... splits them. And he hits for 6. And 7. And there's a Young Wolf. Alright. No, do it while he's tapped out. Now you get a Vines of Vastwood. Alright. All the Rancors are coming back. Yeah. And you just need a buff now. And I think... Wow. Getting a little lucky. A little lucky. But it's not going to be enough. Yeah. Still got him. And that Stompy player just kept ahead of him. I'm impressed. Just playing things as fast as he could. Ha. He did mean to block, but forgot. Okay. Yeah. Blocking would have been good, I think. For the most part. Alright, but game 2 is a different... Come here. Different beast. Chapow. Game 2. Revenge of the Death Spiders. Turn 1 Ponder for Deluxeicoff. Young Wolf for the opponent. Preordain. And a Longbow. Getting hit for 1, and then a Ledgewalker. Ledgewalker seems challenging-ish. There's a Quaddle. That can block the Ledgewalker. And there goes. Whew. And there goes the Sling spell. No blocks, so he's down to 15 now. He lost one of his tappers, but he does have the Longbow. And now do you block? What do you do now? You kill the Young Wolf. Take 1. There's a guy with Bloodthirst now. That guy dies. Hunger, so he's a 4/4, and there's another Longbow. Alright, so it's a 4/4. He can block the Ledgewalker pretty well. There's a Deadly Recluse. That seemed like a misplay with the Hunger. Yeah. So he thought he was going to get out of range of that Ledgewalker, but he didn't. But it's going to work out okay. Always surprised to see Deluxeicoff making any mistakes, but it happens to the best of us. Double Blastoderms and a Deadly Spider seems pretty solid. And the Spider can take care of the Young Wolf. I might have waited to see if he tried to cast a Rancor, but you don't want to give him the chance. Alright, so the game ends there. Stompy player has nothing to deal with the double Blastoderms and the dedicated tapper. 3 Viridian Longbows on the table, but they're doing what they need to do, huh? And finally, game the last, the deciding Tiebreaker versus Stompy. Stop doing that. Stompy mulls to 5. That's rough. We keep 7. Play a Gate. There's a Scattershot Archer. And a Young Wolf. And there's a Deadly Recluse. Straight up kills the Young Wolf, but no block there. Because Stompy has too much in the way of pump spells. And besides, now the Young Wolf's dead. Gleeful Sabotage is taking that out though, but not before he kills the Young Wolf. Now there's a 4/5 Scattershot Archer out. And now this 4/5 Scattershot Archer is dead. So he's down to 12. And there's 2 creatures coming at him. There's 1 creature coming at him. He's down to... Oh, wait. It's a Quaddle coming in for the block. Yep, takes a little luck. Yeah, the Stompy player not able to keep 7. He already said good game. He feels pretty shut out. And who can blame him? There are 3 Mega Tappers out there waiting to kill Elves or other green creatures that want to come into play. And so, can't do anything against that. Deluxeicoff shuffles. Down to 3. There's a Nidle Sentinel, and another Nidle Sentinel, and a Young Wolf. A Forest and Aquarion Ranger. So the Stompy player bringing out all the magicians, but it doesn't matter. You just shoot, ignore the creatures. You shoot him once, you shoot him twice, and you shoot him again, and that's game anyway. So Deluxeicoff goes 4-0 with his brand new blue-green, what do you call this? Spider slingers? Death spiders? Deadly creatures? I don't know. But it's pretty cool. I tried to put together a Death Slinger deck that was similar, but Deluxeicoff's is much, much better. So check it out on Facebook. He made his own fictional character account on Facebook. You can find him at Deluxeicoff. And he talks about the brews that he's working on. So the other brew, of course, is the Grey Ghost brew that you can also find over here. And that's another list he went 4-0 with. So that's worth checking out as well. Thanks for watching MagicGatheringStrat. This was Bava covering Deluxeicoff's most recent 4-0 with Deluxeicoff's most recent deck. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.